Have you ever loved someone so deeply that their silence started screaming louder than words? If you've ever felt that kind of pain, that quiet distance that tears your soul apart, then don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and tell me in the comments. Have you ever watched someone you love slowly disappear behind their silence? It doesn't happen overnight. Love doesn't die with a fight. It dies in silence. One day, you wake up and realize the messages got shorter, the calls less frequent, and the warmth you once felt now feels like a ghost touching your heart. Once, her eyes told stories of warmth, of belonging. Now, those same eyes avoid yours, as if they've seen something in you they no longer recognize. You sit right beside them, yet it feels like miles apart. You reach out, but your hand finds only air. That's how emotional distance begins, not in absence, but in presence. Love is balance until one person starts caring less. When that happens, the power shifts. The one who loves more loses control. And you start begging for crumbs of affection. Silence is not always peace. Sometimes it's control. Sometimes one stays quiet just to make you chase, to make you question your worth, to make you fall deeper. You start walking on eggshells, afraid to say the wrong thing, afraid to lose what's already fading. Their silence becomes a weapon, and your love the target. Did I do something wrong? Did they ever love me at all? The questions eat you alive, but you never get answers, because the silence is the answer. You start seeing yourself through their silence. You think you're not enough. But what if they simply learned how to control you by withholding love? They ignore your messages but post stories online. They say they're busy but somehow always free for others. Every silence is a test, and you keep failing it because you still care. You tell yourself maybe tomorrow they'll talk, but tomorrow becomes next week, and next week becomes never. Still, you wait, because love makes fools of the strongest minds. There comes a moment when silence breaks louder than words. You stop crying, you stop chasing, and for the first time, your silence starts speaking too. When you stop reacting, the game ends. Silence that once controlled you now loses its power. Because the moment you stop chasing, they start noticing your absence. The one who used silence to control you now starts fearing it, because they realize control only works on those who still care. And you've learned to live without their noise. Love never ends completely. It lingers in songs, in scents, in memories that ache. But you learn to breathe again, even if it still hurts. They come back, not because they love you, but because they lost their control over you. And suddenly, their silence turns into noise again. You realize love built on control isn't love at all. It's dependency disguised as devotion. And silence was never love. It was manipulation. Pain becomes clarity. The silence that once broke you now builds you. You learn that peace isn't found in another person, it's found in detachment. You finally smile, not because it stopped hurting, but because you survived the version of you who begged for attention. If you're watching this and someone's silence is killing you, remember their silence is not your fault. Sometimes love goes quiet, not because it's over, but because it was never equal. Tell me in the comments, have you ever loved someone's silence broke you? If yes, you're not alone. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear this silence turned into strength.